cmpradio.net, the voice of Chester.
Small city, big dreams, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems, so dream on. Small city, big dreams, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems, so keep going. You only get one life to live. You only get one life, one life. You only get one life to live. You only get one life, one life. The bird is back, the bird is back. You might have never heard of that. Harrisburg's finest, 717. Shout out to my birthplace. Experience life scenarios, the worst case. Homicides, broken homes, drug addiction. This is what we come.
These are our conditions. How you gonna blame me for the way I'm living? What's going on, everybody? Season 2 holds the whole podcast on CMP Radio, cmpradio.net, the voice of Chester. Cultivating mature positivity, consistently making progress, changing media's perspective, changing minds powerfully. Chester made products. What's good? We here for the city, baby. We here for the city. Man, what's going on? Welcome back to Holds the Hole. This is season 2. This is the opener. You see the title up there. We're going to get into that momentarily, but I'm your host, Born Leader. Holds the Hole podcast is food for the soul. Right, this is soul food right here. This is we sharing life, we sharing perspectives, we sharing truth, we sharing important subjects and wisdom on here that will guide you into greater. The journey to life, the journey of life is going from hopelessness to hopeful, right? From empty and void and being lost to being found and prepared and being modeled and refined for greatness. That's holds the whole. That's the journey, right? Right? That's the journey. So we here, we back. We appreciate y'all. Once again, shout out the city. Shout out everybody. Thank you for all the love last season, though, too. You know, for all the love, for all the people who tuned in, for the people who didn't even tune in or never even knew about it, that's cool though too. Much love and respect to you. We here, we rocking, and let's go. So I got a special guest. Y'all see him right here. This is my man right here. Every time we politic, every time we talk, every time we get together, it's a vibe, it's good energy. You know what I mean? It's great energy. It's positive vibes. It's inspiration. It's motivation. It's leadership. It's profound talk. It's grown man talk. It's manhood talk. It's big boy talk, right? This is who he is. This is who I am. And whenever we get together, it's a vibe. So let me introduce my guest for the day, my brother, George Mink Jr. How you doing, sir?
We here.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Good
sir.
morning.
Good morning.
You're right. That it is a vibe with us every time. It's crazy because like we met like 3 years ago at the summit at STEM.
Yeah.
And I think Pete introduced us.
Okay.
And I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. And I had all these great ideas. And I was telling you my story. I went to jail and all this stuff. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't ready.
Right.
I wasn't ready, man. I had to go through some things, and I had to figure out some things, and I had to change some things. So that's why, like, when we talked, when we came up with this concept, and we said preseason is over.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's a wrap.
I mean, that's basically where we at as far as leaders, as far as black men, as far as changing plays and calling different plays, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Listen, when you brought out this concept to me, man, it fit perfectly. Right. You know what I mean? It fit perfectly, and I think it's so important because, you know, there was also a shift in my life, you know, or just a shift in terms of kind of like where I'm at and different things that's been bubbling. So even with me, it's like we've been doing a podcast for a while, kind of, got a lot of episodes in, been moving around, doing some things here and there, but it's just bubbling right now. Nothing really kind of overflowed to what it's going to be yet.
Right.
Things haven't bubbled to fruition. And so when you came and we was vibing, the concept of where we at right now, preseason is over. Yeah. It's a wrap. It's game time, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly, I think, where I'm at in my life, personally speaking, and in terms of the concept, it just fit perfectly. So I just want to run with this, bruh.
Yeah, we're gonna go. I mean, I'll kick it off. I mean,
yeah. Start it off.
The concept,
so go ahead, bruh.
We're going with leadership. There's plenty of leaders around, plenty of leaders in the city of organizations and jobs and businesses or whatever, but it's all different type of leadership. So that's where we're going at now. It's like we're calling out all leaders. We're calling out everybody in the division. If we all division teams, then be a contender. You know what I'm saying? So start knowing how to be a contender and knowing how to lead properly. So preseason over, man. All your cuts is made. The playbook is already intact. Game uniforms is ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All your communication team is set up. Everything that what it takes for your team to go on that field, that's basically what we're doing with our life. And the only reason to be able to lead, the only way that you're going to be able to lead is if you start believing in your playbook. You know what I'm saying? You got to believe in your playbook, because what's going to happen is you're going to have players on your team, and they're going to be calling their own plays. And you're going to be like, that ain't the play we was supposed to run. Like,
yeah.
But so you got to be mindful of that. Like everything is, I'm always concepting something to sports, because it's an easy concept, when you're going in the leadership division, and even spiritual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No
Because the
doubt.
Bible to me is the playbook.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's the actual real playbook. I mean, you got to incorporate it in today's times. I mean, of course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's up to you and your mental. But the game time is now. That's where we at with black men and with old concepts. We leaving them there. And we just want to be able to take folks to follow us.
So let me ask you this, because I want to touch on the playbook thing, right? Yeah. Let's get into that. Let's kind of break down the playbook thing, because now tell me if this is right, because when you was just outlining how, you got to give the playbook and your players got to know and understand the playbook. For a leader giving out the playbook, what I took from that was you as a leader, right? And you in charge of a team, in charge of a organization. You got to be able to communicate the vision and the mission effectively to your players, right? So, like, would you consider the playbook being, what's the vision of what we doing? What's the mission? Like, what's the mission statement? What are we doing here? Like, we got a cause we fighting for. It's something that we doing, right? So, would you consider that the playbook, or is it more to it than just like the vision and the mission and different
The playbook
things?
is basically the guideline.
The guideline,
You know
okay.
what I'm saying? The playbook is how we want things to go. You know what I'm saying? This is the projection. Our goal is to win a chip. Okay, so if you're considering yourself a leader, you want to put yourself in position. And the chip means in a business prospect or in our community aspect, it just means building a team, being able to pay your bills. It's certain things, you know what I'm saying? But and get your message out, especially if you're in the business of helping folks. Right. So you have to get your message out, and it just can't be, a basic message. It has to be, everybody has to buy into it. So
that's important.
The preseason part come in when you got to cut folks. You know what I'm saying? If you think about preseason and everything that goes along with preseason, I'm not a big preseason guy,
right?
But I understand the concept of preseason.
It's important though.
Right.
Yeah, but go ahead though. Yeah.
Preseason is where you actually, this is who you rocking with. This your team. Everything we wasn't sure was on the bubble, we cutting it. We cutting anything that's not going along with our actual vision. You know what I'm saying? Our vision is to be able to lead down the field and score.
That's the vision.
So that's the vision. Like that's the vision in the helping area. That's the division in our communities. So we have all different types of leaders. Don't get me wrong. I mean, some people are good at things, and others are not. Everybody has strengths.
Right.
But the definition of a leader and what we're trying to get across today is that the new season has started,
Right.
and you
right.
got to kind of get that. Like it's not preseason no more. So we already in the game. Like we already in the game. First play of the game. If you fumble, like you gotta get on dick. So it's like it's all that being concepted, and just running with it, man, brother to brother. Like we've been basically through the same things and under different circumstances and different dynamics.
Right.
So we calling brothers and our sisters out, and our sisters a big part of it. Like.
Yeah, talk about that. Because
I gotta touch on it because
touch on this.
I'm working out here now, more in the community, and I'm really getting to know actual folks, and I'm talking to parents, and I'm talking to different age brackets of folks and women, and it's like it's a couple women that I know, they really mean it, like Mom Zulene, like. Black men, we're really not used to being told we loved all the time. So it's like when somebody tells you that, right, it means something. Yeah. Like I use it in my language now. If I talk to P, if I talk to Josh, I talk to you, I say it with muscles behind it.
Of course.
I mean it, so it's a concept. Yeah. But the women, they have failed us on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying all women, I'm saying certain women, like the myth of the woman, or how she feels as though she needs to be a queen or whatever the case may be. But I feel like the women are a big part of the leadership movement. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they got to learn that role as well. It's a role. It's different roles. It's different leaders type styles of leadership, especially for a woman. Right. For a woman, you got to lead by example.
Absolutely.
You can't run your mouth more than your actions is. You got and it's about your buildup. Her team is the babies that came out her body, or is she uplifting her man, or it's like we're not getting that in a conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? So we got to call our women out. Like we keep calling all our brothers out, and
right.
Brothers need to step up. That's true. We always had to step up though. We always had to step up, and we always was in the game if we liked it or not. You know what I'm saying? We was in the game. We could have had losing seasons like forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but we got a new chance now. So I'm gonna give you some chance to talk because I'm running.
No, you good. You good. That's what I want you to do. But like, as you were talking, just certain things hit me. So I think that's real manhood. I think it's real leadership. When you know that you have to call out everybody, like you don't leave no stone unturned. You said a lot of times we call out our brothers, we call out the men and everything like that, but we kind of like leave the women alone or don't include them or just try to. But I think leadership is like is surveying. Like you talk about preseason and how you sit back and you analyze the whole team, everything, right? You don't just look at the offense and be like, okay, well he cut and then nobody on. You survey the whole landscape,
right?
And in regards to the women and family and the black man, it's like we as leaders, I think we should survey everything, right? So don't just look at another person. Don't just look at ourselves, but we looking at everything, right? And but I want to ask you this: how much you were talking about women and how they're a part of the movement?
Right.
How much do you feel they've been, and us though too, but they've been conditioned to think a certain way and to kind of like maybe go against the team or the movement or the vision?
Right, because I mean, just being honest, a lot of women was forced to lead the way they had to lead. So, meaning like we might not have
1 second, bro. 1 second. Yeah, we can hear you in the background.
Oh yeah. So they was forced to lead a certain way or whatever, all right? So to bring it up to now, to speed, I feel like they were conditioned, and so were we.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with not knowing that, though. It's nothing wrong with knowing that we were conditioned or that we were just taught this type of way or whatever the case may be, but we still failed. So what I'm saying is, that's part of your preseason. The new season it's a new team. It's a new way of things. It's a new offense.
Right.
Now we got an offensive line where we can run the ball. It's just that whole mindset of that. And I mean, I'm saying, I'm not even really calling out the women. I'm not calling out the men. I'm just saying,
right,
we got to lead differently. That's what I'm saying. We can't just lead by being a fan. We can't just lead by just liking somebody or, not really knowing or not knowing how to make better decisions for yourself or better decisions for your team. Because it's my job to get us downfield.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I might get hurt. The woman might have to come in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what can possibly happen. Right. So if I get hurt, I'm the main ball, I'm the quarterback, but I get hurt. Now, your woman is the backup.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the backup QB.
She the Nick Foles.
Right.
So
right.
She gotta lead us. She should be able to lead us the same way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying.
And let me just speak to that, because the backup definitely has to lead the team the same way, but also still, it's important to understand, like, you still have to kind of maintain your own individuality, like your own uniqueness though too. It's like for me, this is what it's about. It's about trusting the starting unit, right? Trusting the quarterback, trusting the owner, right? It's about doing things the same way the first unit did, but it's also injecting your own uniqueness and your own individuality. And let me just say this in regards to even just going back to the women real quick, because I feel like sometimes with women, now this is me personally speaking, this is maybe not you or others, but personally speaking, I feel like some women are maybe don't want to get on board because they scared to lose theyself. Like if they follow you, if they follow your vision, if they follow what you doing, your movement, your plan, and they all behind and they behind you though too. It's like, okay, I get behind you, but what about me? Am I gonna lose me following you? It's like, but you don't have to do that. So I think leadership is about, you know what I'm saying?
But I got something on that.
For me, that's what it's about.
It's a reason for it, though. See, the reason why the woman is conditioned, because she did believe in the leader at one time. She did follow the rule book and follow somebody else's lead. You know what I'm saying? And he failed her. You know what I'm saying? They went defeated.
Right.
They never won a game.
Right.
So imagine constantly being with different teams, different leaders, and still not winning the chip. So now you conditioned to lose.
Right.
So once you conditioned to lose, then you automatically think.
You would have those thinking.
It don't matter what age you are. You conditioned, we're going to lose this one too. We're going to lose another one. What's on TV? It's always going to keep going back to that. So, I mean, it's a hard sell. Don't get me wrong. Listen.
It's definitely a tough sell.
Our sister's been through a lot. I mean, it's a tough sell, but you got to give in. You got to give in and you got to believe. So once you start believing that you can win, then that's when everything starts to go in that direction. And it's small victories. It's only like a first down.
Get the first down.
Just get the first down. We don't got to score on the first play. It's about just getting the first down, just moving the ball forward, just learning each other. Because what happens is when the new season starts, y'all still gonna make mistakes with the new season.
Oh yeah.
It's still gonna be penalties. It's still gonna be interceptions or fumbles or turnovers. You're still gonna turn the ball over. You know what I'm saying? But the game not over. So what we're doing is we're making adjustments so that won't happen again. You missed a blocking assignment. You know
Everything count. Everything count. Right. Preseason is over.
Right. Though. So, I mean, but I kind of, and I'm not like saying that in defense, but I understand why a woman would be hesitant to be able to go into what you selling today. Because how you selling me winning team, and I was on all these teams,
right.
and we was always projected to win. All the announcers, everybody was saying they the team to beat, and they this, that, and the third, and then boom, they go defeated.
Right.
So that's a concept like the Generals when the Harlem Globetrotters play them Bulls. Them Bulls already know they're gonna lose. Mm-hmm. The Globetrotters always win. The Generals never beat them, not one time.
Right.
But I'm saying it's kind of that concept. So, but the women just gotta rebrand themselves though. See, what happens is we both gotta rebrand ourselves to be conditioned to be leaders for each other. So the same way we in transition, our women have to be in transition. Absolutely. You can't sit there with that old season mentality, and if you're not rebranding yourself, you gotta rebrand yourself. That is a new season. Mm-hmm. That was last year. We lost last year. We're not gonna lose this year.
No, we're not losing.
And I'm gonna do some things different. I'm gonna hit the gym earlier. Yeah. I'm gonna stay long. I'm gonna read my playbook. I'm gonna believe in our maker and our own up there.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
That's powerful. You have to make changes and you have to make adjustments. Like you said, it's like, listen, we lost last year, right? You know what I mean? So how do we go into the new season? How do we go into the new, ready to work, ready to make adjustments, ready to like you said, hit the gym earlier, do this better, stay this, read the playbook longer. It's like it takes those things when you going for greatness, right? When you going for greatness, you have to be able to make adjustments, right? Mm-hmm. And you have to know, you got to take responsibility. A big part of leadership is about responsibility. Mm-hmm. Okay, what could I have done differently or better between last season and this season?
Right.
So I think it's the humility. Humility is one of the greatest attributes, right? Yeah. It's like, because
if you know what it means, though.
Right.
See, everybody, they really don't really know what that means. What does humility mean? Let me hear what this means to you.
To me?
Yes.
Man, somebody who's meek, somebody who's lowly, somebody who understands that they don't know it all, they don't have it all, and they're always open. They have an open mind. They maintain an open mind, always ready to receive and hear something new. No matter how much you know, how old you are, how young you are, I'm always open, right, to hear and learn something new from anyone. You know what I mean? Wow. So for me, that's humility.
All right. Yeah. Well, to piggyback off of what you're saying, I feel like some people are just comfortable, and everything we're saying is like football-wise, but it's all about your mental. So it's like all about a mental state. So what I'm saying is, in the game, it's going to be different scenarios. But if we brand it in the beginning, see, you selling that in the beginning. Like I watched Remember the Titans. Like that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh yeah, mine too.
But it's just like that movie was like, it was so deep. Like it showed what true leadership was about. It showed what you can do when you put people with different things going on, with different training, with different lifestyles. It shows once you put one belief in front of them that we can make it, then that's how we all can move forward. Mm-hmm. We can't do that now because nobody is buying into it. Everybody got a different playbook. They want to run different plays. They audibling on their own. And it's like, for a man, especially a black man, it has to be the right woman to be able to transition with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Same with our community. Our community has to transition with us. Even though we the leaders, we standing out, but y'all got to transition with us. You got to believe that we can win. Mm. You have to believe that we can win. That's the only way you're gonna win. That's the only possibility. You cannot go in there negative. You can't go in there with a weird mindset. You gotta believe that we can win. You gotta believe you're gonna win in your relationship. You gotta believe you can win in a community. You gotta believe we can turn things around. You gotta believe we can stop the gun violence. You gotta believe. You have to believe.
Right.
We're so negative.
Right.
Without and staying in preseason. We stay on with old seasons.
Yeah.
We like in 1990 season now.
Yeah.
Let's step up.
Yeah. Let's step it up.
Yeah, it's 2022, right?
Let's step it up.
So
yeah.
that's the season we in now. You're wearing these old jerseys and like the equipment not even the same no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why we dated. We dated. Our communities are dated, and it's played out the way we lead in our filth, the way we lead in our folks, even the way we lead in our children. It's played out.
It's played out. It's old. You know what I mean?
Out.
This is the season opener. Holds the whole podcast.
Right.
Oh, man.
Right.
Shout out everybody tuned in right now. Let me just take a moment just to shout out the people tuned in. I always like to, give love to people tuned in, to the listeners, man. We got the one, I can't say your name like that, the one, J-Rock, I believe.
Yeah.
He's saying, good morning, guys. Good to see you. Mark Francis tuned in. He says, good morning, brother.
Okay, good morning.
Tyrone Hicks, 10 of Life, is tuned in. All right, good morning. Tyrone, my man. Yeah, so, brother, man, that's powerful. That's powerful. It's played out. Why we still under using old tactics and old strategies.
Old plays don't work.
They don't work, man.
They don't work.
Come on, talk to me, brother.
They don't move the ball. You know what I'm saying? They don't move the ball. All they do is keep us in the game. That's it. Now, we don't really get blown out all the time. I mean, and there's plenty of days when we could have won the game. But them old tactics, them old plays, it's time for a new playbook. It's time for a new playbook. It's time for brothers like us to stop being quiet. Because we've been letting people do all this talking and moving, and it's like, that's fine, but that's old. That's old. Now, it's like, that's what we keep talking about, this village. The village has nothing to do with what's going on. The village has to be rebranded. We talked about this.
Yes.
We got to take the seed out the old dirt and replant it. It can be
in good soil.
Right.
Yeah, in good soil.
The soil it's time to take it out. It's not the same village. We're not even raising our children the same. First of all, the reason why the village is not the same is because at one time, everybody were raising their children the same way or similar.
Okay.
So now we're not.
Wow.
So it's not a village can't raise your child no more,
right?
Because everybody don't have the same parenting skills. Everybody don't have the same mentality. Everybody don't have a transition period in their mindset.
Right.
It's so many things that's conflicting with that and making that look impossible. But we have to be real and honest. It's not the same village.
Nah, it's not.
It's not the same village. So
it's not, man.
But by me saying that, it's saying it's not that we can't fix it and rebuild the village. But we got to take it out the old dirt. We got to stop lying. We got to stop looking at people in funny ways. We got to start shaking brothers' hands and speaking to brothers in the morning.
Give love.
Women got to start doing the same thing and stop breaking her down and talking about her edges and all that. Like, it's time to grow up and be mature. Right. Our elders paved the way for us. We blowing it. We're blowing it. We're blowing it. We didn't. The torch hasn't been passed properly.
Right.
They gave us the blueprint. But we didn't upgrade. We didn't get the new equipment. We didn't fine tune our playbook. So we still using the same playbook and it's not working.
Wow.
So it's just time for us to call ourselves out. See, the whole thing about the leadership plan and for the buy-in is you have to call yourself out. So that's saying if I'm in the game and I throw an interception, I gotta go to my team and say, my bad.
Right.
I gotta own that mistake.
Responsibility.
I have to own it, y'all. I lost y'all the game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna make a different decision next time.
Right.
And I'm not gonna make that same play. But you gotta own it.
You gotta own it.
Our leaders out here, y'all not owning y'all problems and y'all issues, and that don't consider you to be on this list.
No, they just passing the buck.
They're not ready for the new season leadership. The new season leadership is handling your business and looking in the mirror and say, I dropped the ball. But guess what? I'm gonna pick it back up. Like, there's no way. Go ahead, bro.
New season leadership is ownership. Right. That's new season leadership. This is where we at, right? We calling ourselves out. We taking ownership.
Right.
And you have to take ownership of your shortcomings, what you could have done better, differently, right? So new season leadership is taking ownership, right? Taking inventory. What could I do? What could I get rid of? How could I get better, right? How could I lead better? How could I communicate better? Come on, that's where we at, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, we could run with that. Like, that's a big thing. And I mean, it incorporates everything around you. I mean, like, you know, and one thing about our people is once they see you a certain way, right? So say brothers like us in transition or whatever, I don't know, you know, when you're transitioning, you know, when you just already, you might have always been like that. I always wasn't like this. So.
Oh, me either.
I'm a transformation baby.
Right.
Yeah, I'm talking about, I'm a transformation baby. So meaning like the people, they, you know, they already done seen sides of you and, you know, the side that you dug in and all that. But it's like, okay, I took that costume off. That was a costume.
That was a costume.
That was a costume.
That was a false identity.
That was a costume, bro.
Right. That wasn't.
I'm not wearing that. That was a costume.
I took that off.
I don't even like that person no more.
Come on, man.
Actually, I don't even like him. The same way you don't, I don't like him either. You know what I'm saying? I don't even rock with Bull no more. You know what I'm saying? We don't even speak. You know what I mean?
Right.
We don't even, the problem is nobody wants to believe in that. So y'all have to give our black men a chance. If you always want a black, all these people always got something to say against a black man, okay, give them a chance.
Give him a chance.
Give us a chance to lead. Give us a chance on the field. Give us a chance. Stop writing us off.
Give
they
them
write
time.
us off. They write us off so quick. Oh, they gonna lose.
Right.
Oh, they ain't gonna win.
Right.
Okay. Oh, so you got a better plan then? Because if you do, I have no problem following your leadership. You know what I'm talking about?
That's
Like,
huge. That's
seriously.
huge, man. That's huge because just like what I get from that is so much about like leadership, so much about love, right? Like let's love, right? So much about love is being patient, right? Is letting things play out. It's giving somebody a chance. It's putting somebody in the game, right? And allowing and just being patient. They're not gonna get it all right the first time, right? Love is patient, right? Love is kind. Love ain't, you know, oh, soon as you get in, soon as you do, oh, they gonna lose.
Right.
It's like, where's the love? Where's the patience?
Or they
Where's
waiting to
trusting?
lose, or they expecting to lose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So much of this is about, you know, about being patient and giving people the chance, right, to grow, to learn from their mistakes, to get better, to improve, right? So, man, that's big.
I mean, the love piece is big.
Yeah.
We haven't been loving each other. I mean, we have generations of just hard love. We've been tough loved all our life. So now we talking about grown adults going through different phases of their life, and we really don't know how to love each other. They don't know how to love each other properly. They got something floating around now called love language. And I like the concept of it because it's not just somebody telling you they love you. It's not just somebody saying it because it's nothing else to say. It's bigger than like. So love is being replaced for the like word. But love language is a whole chapter. Love language is something we starting as our own. It's not the way that I love you or you love me. It's the way we're going to love each other. So that's the playbook for the relationship. The playbook for the relationship is this how we're going to brand our love. Our love going to be branded. Our love going to be remade, remixed. We not bringing old plays with our love. I can't love you like I love somebody else, and she can't do the same. Y'all got to make your own playbook, your own love playbook, and it's your love language. That's grown talk, though. You gotta be at a certain mental to be able to grasp that. All women not ready, all men not ready.
That's huge.
But that's big.
Yeah, that's very big. That's very big, man. And man, when you said brand your own love language, and man, that's huge, right? That's leadership to me. Like it's not being. I'm not led by what y'all do. Like I'm not influenced by what the world says or how y'all brand stuff or how y'all define stuff, right? I brand and define love like this. I brand and define brotherhood like this. I brand and define leadership like this. So So this is where I'm at. This is where we at. It's like we define what it is, right? Like leaders define things, right? They put the play in, right? They set things in motion. Like we don't listen to what so and so says and their definition of love, of leadership, of life. Well, no, we say what that is, right? We in charge of that.
Right.
We are the influencers.
Right.
Bruh, come on. That's big
But
boy
listen,
talk.
We
man.
gotta get one.
Yeah.
We gotta call something like, we gotta get one. But nah, I mean, that's real. I mean, it's like I said, first of all, we talk like this anyway. So this ain't even really just to show, this is how we rap, and this is how brothers need to start talking. And this is what I mean when leaders come to the same table. You know what I'm saying? Every time I come to the table with that brother in there, it's the same energy. But with that other brother, like anybody that I come in contact with, Raheem, it's like everybody got a different form of leadership. And I'm learning from all you brothers.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? The same way you said you learning from me, I'm learning from you.
Absolutely.
I'm learning that you can be like that. You don't have to, you can be humble. You don't have to keep being defensive all the time. You don't have to be leery. You always can look to the next play. You know what I'm saying? That's the feeling you give me. You give me the feeling like we only picked up 1 yard, but guess what? We're gonna get that yardage. We're gonna get that yardage back on the next play. That's how you inspire me.
Wow. That's
You know what I'm saying? So
That's love.
it's like we all gotta get to each other. Like give each other that talent. Let them run with it. Like let's stop breaking each other down. We can't help it. We can't help it. Our own families. And the reason why I'm gonna go back to the village. The reason why the village is not the same village because we don't even love our family members no more.
That's
we
true.
stopped loving our family.
How'd
We
that happen?
stopped loving our families, man.
How'd that happen?
I'm not speaking to several of my family members right now. Seriously, I'm just being super honest.
Yeah.
But that's the reason. That never would have happened in the village. That's why I'm saying the village is a new village now. Everybody's individual. Everybody on their own team.
Right.
So that's the problem. The actual real team and the real family, the real team was family. That's the actual team. That's where you get everything that you need to be a leader.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter how it's exemplified, no matter what angle, if it's grandma, pop, whoever had the wisdom, whatever the case may be, we don't have it.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
that's why our community is being destroyed. All the other communities and races still have love for their families.
Yeah.
I mean, they have issues.
Right.
But the reason why our kids are killing each other because we're not teaching them love. We teaching them how to be individual. We teaching them how to hate people. We teaching them how to not like people. We're not even branding our children to love each other. So what makes you think that they're gonna have a respect for life and they not being taught that? You know what I'm saying? So all we doing is waiting for a balloon release. That's all we doing as parents. If you're not instilling that in our children, we all should be doing that as a village.
Absolutely.
As a village, we can't do the old stuff, but as a village, we all still could be doing that. You still could be raising your child to love properly, to love your neighbor, to love your family members.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Because the kids in the family don't even speak.
There's basics, foundational things that no matter, you said the village changed and definitely it has changed, right? The way we parent, the way we respond to different things is way different from how it was, right?
Right.
But I feel like it's basic foundational elements
Right.
of leadership, no matter the village. And what you were just touching on, like training and branding your kids to love, that's basic. That goes across. That's foundational. No matter what generation you in, no matter what time period you in, that's foundational to all leadership. Brand, teach your family and your children to love. That's foundational.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's big.
So you know what I mean?
And
Because
see,
we
we
gotta train them up when they're
And
young.
they rule. See, I mean, like the village, like we had to do what they told us to do. We didn't have a choice, so that's why things went more smoother for them. See, they trying to make it seem like they had more control. The only reason why y'all had more control because y'all was beating us. We ain't want to get beatings. We ain't want to get in trouble. Like, I mean, we're dealing with a different type of universe. I'm not saying nothing wrong, but the universe that we're dealing with now is based off people's feelings, and your child has feelings, and you know, we don't hurt, which is fine. I mean, that goes with everything. With technology, you want your kids to think more and be more productive, you know, in a mental perspective or whatever. But it's like, it's still the foundation. Like you said, the foundation is still supposed to be there. The family aspect is never supposed to change.
Right.
That's how you keep the village.
That's where I was getting at.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how you keep the village. Like we can't. The village can never be how it was. Whatever.
Right.
Right. But it still can have the same morals.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It still can
The
have the
same
same
morals.
foundation.
The same-
It still can have the same heart.
That's what I'm saying.
Like.
Right. Yeah.
Like we don't love our family members, but we gonna go to that funeral though. So you don't love your family members, or y'all not showing no love, but you making sure you got an obituary. You got your obituary on the dresser though. You know what I'm saying? And you're not exemplifying love. You're not showing your kids. You're showing your kids separation. Mm-hmm. So that's why all our kids are separated now, because we taught them to be separated. Mm-hmm. We trained them
because we modeled
to
separation
move individually.
Yeah, exactly, man. Listen, we gotta take ownership. We gotta stop, modeling separation, modeling inauthentic love. Right? We just gotta be real. We gotta model what's real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, we got to model real love.
Or it's not going to change.
Right.
See, it's not going to change. And then we are habitual complainers. So, like, we always know what the problem is. We always finding a problem. We great at just picking out any problem. If they come in this room, they're going to be like, oh, it's paint on the baseboard. It's just like, we brand it like that. Let's come out of there.
Yeah.
Let's come out of here. It's a beautiful room. It's a positive room. This brother done started a wonderful legendary things going on in here. So we got to build off of the positives, right? And start having solutions. Like, it's nothing wrong with the problems, because the problems are still the problem. It probably need to be painted. Then paint it then. Mm-hmm. See, then if you, what I'm saying is, to get back to the message is, if you can come up with the problem, then come up with a solution to the problem then.
Absolutely.
Don't just come up with the problem and go home.
That's leadership.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's leadership. That's defined leadership.
Yeah.
Don't just come up with the problem. We great at coming up with the problem.
What's the
Ask
solution?
anybody what's going on in the city right now. They're going to tell us all the problems. We got a receiver. We got this. Oh, okay. Okay, what part are you playing in the solution process?
That's what it is.
Or what part did you play in the process that got it to that point?
For me, that's
Did you vote? It was only 5 votes in the last mayor election. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's what it felt like compared to how many people that live here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So, but again, everybody complain, be a part of the solution. That's part of the new season. That's actually what the new season is about.
That's the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say, because it's like we don't need people in the stands complaining, whining, crying, criticizing. We need people in the game coming up with solutions, right? So we can improve on the season, improve the team,
right,
and go where we need to go. So get off the sidelines, right? Get off the preseason is over. Get off the sidelines. Stop being a fan. Stop being a critic. Jump in the game. Jump in the game.
I gotta say something against that a little bit.
That's fine.
There's always gonna be people that buy seats just to see it, to be able to heckle. Some people buy tickets. I mean, season ticket holders. They'll have the best row. They'll be on the front row. Mm-hmm. But their job is to cuss the players out the whole time while they playing. But they pay for that seat. They don't want to be a player. They don't want to be a leader.
They want to heckle.
They're comfortable where they at. Yeah. So you got to understand that as well. Everybody is not ready to be on the team. Everybody's not leadership material. Yeah. Some people buy a ticket. Some people buy the cheap seats.
Right.
Some people sit in the nosebleed section because they can see everything. You know what I'm saying? Some people just might want to just be a janitor. As long as they can see the game, they fine. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody still has a role in the leadership aspect and the whole movement of the new season.
Definitely, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's still, it has to be fans though.
Yeah.
It has to be fans because the fans are a big part of the game.
No, you're right. You're right.
You know what I'm
where I was going with that is because what I was
I know what
saying,
you were saying.
in regards to that is like in the stands, like there's fans in the stands that are going to be leaders, right? Like there's leaders everywhere.
Right.
Like it's leaders everywhere. And some of the hecklers might be future leaders, but don't even know that they're future leaders.
Because they put
right?
the energy in being a professional heckler.
Right.
So you
But
put the energy in being a professional complainer,
Yeah.
a professional heckler, or you're a mascot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, go put the mascot on. Because you're like a clown when you're not doing nothing and when you're not a part of the team, organization, and the movement.
Right.
We're trying to get first down. You're trying to go down the field. You know what I mean? We're
That's
trying to
where
get in
we
the
going.
red zone.
That's where we going.
Yeah.
That's where we going.
Yeah, we're trying to get in the red zone, bro.
Man, listen, we going part two this.
Yeah.
We going to effectively part two this, man. Listen, thank you for coming through, man.
Yeah,
for
listen, man.
for sharing your knowledge, your wisdom, your concepts, man.
Yeah, I want to get into your concept, your born leadership.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that more because that's
coming.
That's a big thing, man.
It's coming,
And it
yeah.
keep being heavy on my head. I wrote some stuff down for you, but that's a big thing. We have to start borning and giving that concept
Branding.
and alrighty and branding and making and giving our children the hope that we're gonna win.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not just one way. It's a lot of ways we can win. So we
Yeah.
gotta put that in front of our children.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just every family is not fortunate enough to have a family business. Everybody not fortunate enough to have a parent that might have a great job. So we gotta brand them and pull them out because they out here.
Right.
They out here. It's somebody's son or daughter right now, and we gotta brand them the same way. Men and women, young women, they gotta be trained the same way. So we gotta
Absolutely.
get on that, man. But I appreciate being here.
We definitely on that.
Yeah.
We gonna get on that. We already on that. The
Yeah.
season's already started.
Yeah, season
It's been a
started.
shift.
Game one.
It's been a shift,
Yeah,
baby.
we want to know too. This is what we want to know.
Exactly. That's major. Man, listen, thank y'all for tuning in on Holds the Whole podcast. Thank you for my brother coming through, man.
Yeah.
Powerful words, powerful conversation.
Yeah.
Chester City, we love you. CMP Radio, cmpradio.net.
All right, everybody.
Small city, big dreams, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems. So dream on. Small city, big dreams, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems.